up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Big Dave. Y'all know what it is. We talking that real talk today. I got something real for y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share the channel, and comment. You know I love the comments. You dig? I love them every day you leave something. I'm gonna come back and reply to you and all that good shit. So make sure you get with me. Let's make it happen. Partying parents that neglect children. Let's get into some real talk. Well, we back again. We at it again. I was watching the news and I seen a couple things that happened maybe a couple months ago that's still in my heart, that's still messing with me, that still got me confused, and that I don't get why this stuff keeps repeating. Things just keep repeating itself with these damn parents that neglect children. I don't get it. And don't get nothing wrong. Let's not get it twisted like I'm just trying to knock parents. I know sometimes parents want to do things and live their life, but when you have a baby, your life is pretty much changed. You did? I just don't get it, y'all. Well, let's get into this real talk. Well, there's one lady that lived in Cleveland, Ohio. She went to Puerto Rico and Detroit for 10 damn days and left her 16-month-old child to fend for herself. She didn't leave the child with no one. She left the child at home alone. That child couldn't feed itself, couldn't get no water. It was using it all over itself. When she got back after 10 days, this child had deteriorated and died. What? All this just a party? You didn't care about your child enough to try to get you a babysitter? And if you couldn't get a babysitter, not go. Then we got another story. And this one threw me for a loop, because I usually don't hear this, but it was this black 26-year-old young girl. I thought it was a white girl by her name. But man, she got 2 years probation. And this happened last year. She left a 5-year-old autistic child alone all night, tucked him in so she can go party. Another partying parent, neglect child. That don't make no damn sense. She stayed out all night. This child was worried about his mother and looking for his mother. And guess what this child did? Went out looking for his mother. And the child couldn't find the mother. They found that child nearby, froze to death in a park. Now, this is starting to go too far. We done heard stories about parents leaving kids in 100-degree weather in cars with the window up. We done heard about parents going to the gas station window, figuring because the window right there, they can see the car and leave the car alone. Somebody break the window and jump in and pull off on them. We done heard about parents going to beauty salons and leaving the littlest kids in the car while they take one child in there to get their hair did, and they come out, the car is gone. Why does this stuff keep repeating itself? Why? I don't get it. Every time you look up, this stuff just keep repeating itself. Where's the responsibility of these parents? See, my mother needed a break too. My mama worked it every day, 6 days a week, and took care of her whole family. And yeah, sometimes my grandma mainly watched us. In the times we didn't have a babysitter, she did what she had to do as a parent. I get sometimes you need a break, but you don't need a break that bad that you're willing to neglect your child. This stuff has to stop because no one's thinking about this child that's dying. Then you got parents that's leaving the oldest child in charge of 2 of their siblings. And this oldest child might only be 11 years old or 10 years old. Oh, she's old enough or he's old enough to watch his little baby brother and sister. But guess what that turns to? A child that don't even get a chance to be a kid. So now this child is forced to grow up as an adult at an early age. And that might lead to some kind of mental problems because it never got a chance to be a kid. Man, I can't picture leaving my children alone like that. Not for a second. So I don't know what's going on in this world that these parents keep thinking this is okay. How do you go out of town? How do you leave that house and turn your back and walk away and don't even look back like, oh my God, I'm finna get on a plane and leave my child? How can you do it? And some women, they worse than that. They start inviting strangers in the house just because they looking for somebody to be with. And women, quit telling these kids every man that come over in your life is they damn uncle. That's not true. Then that uncle turn crazy when he can't have what he want from you no more. Now he want to come mess with your child, your family, and you. Might kidnap your child and do something. We heard that too. This stuff is getting out of hand. We got to fix this. We got to come together and do better than this. Back in the day, it was different for us. We was told before we even got out the car, don't start begging for stuff. Don't start running around the store. That was a parent that took their children everywhere they went. I know it's hard for some of you parents that don't have the help. I know what it's like. But if you ain't got the help, and you think it's okay to leave a child just to go on a vacation and partying parents just don't get it. Neglecting children. It's not worth neglecting no child to go party. It's not worth it. I wouldn't do it. Why would you do it? If you ain't got a babysitter, you don't have one. Sometimes you have to think about what you're doing before you have these children. Because these children didn't ask to be here. You got parents, they wake up one day and they don't want the child no more. They leaving the child behind a dumpster. Or they just leave them in the house to flee for themselves. You don't want the child. Go down to the police station and drop that child off. Go down there and drop the child off. Forgive me, y'all, on my words. This is a touching topic. So I'm getting a little caught up with my words today. Somebody that wants to care for these children. There's plenty of people out there that can't have children that would love to take a child in. Because everybody don't have the option to have a whole lot of family that's willing to take the child. So we got to do better with doing this and quit harming these children and neglecting them, leaving them alone. And don't get it twisted. Just because you with your child all the time don't mean you can't neglect them. It's people that be in the house and feed themselves and get tired of feeding and cleaning the baby. That's neglecting them too. So don't think I'm coming down on parents that they don't need a break sometimes. But once you make your mind up to be a parent, it's just, you don't get a break like that. It is what it is. And I know it's hard. But is it worth leaving your child alone and neglecting them just because you want to party or do what you want to do and leave them to flee for themselves or fend for themselves? Y'all, this is going a little bit too far, and we got to get better with doing this. You have to start thinking about what you're doing a lot more. You have to realize that it's consequences with having sex. If you're not on birth control or you're not going to get protection for yourself, make sure that guy uses protection. We don't always plan it. Sometimes it just happens. But you have to do everything in your power so it don't happen. And if it turns out that's what did happen, don't mean you're supposed to turn on your child. If you feel you can't handle that responsibility, take the child down to the state. Take them down to the police station. They have agencies and places that would take these children. Yeah, they might not want your child, but at least they'll be left with someone that's willing to take care of them until they can find a home for them. Let's get right, y'all. Let's do better. I always give y'all a positive quote when the show is about to end. And my positive quote today is, you gotta quit worrying about how hard it is to raise a child once you decide to have one. Focus on what matters the most, and that's that child. Real talk.